So Dillian Whyte is now calling out Tyson Fury. He's also calling out his promoter, Eddie Hearn, pressuring him to make the Fury fight next rather than the undisputed fight. Obviously, Eddie Hearn is not trying to hear that. He wants to make the undisputed fight above any other fight. Now, Tyson Fury's performance against Deontay Wilder was massively impressive. But styles make fights. And I know many people, if not most, are expecting Tyson Fury to just walk straight through Dillian Whyte if they fight. I personally think that the Dillian Whyte fight is a more tricky fight for Tyson Fury than the Wilder fight. I could be wrong, okay? I could easily be wrong. But that's my suspicion at the moment. I would not pick Dillian Whyte to beat Tyson Fury. Don't misconstrue what I'm saying. I'm definitely picking Fury in the fight. But I get the impression it will be a bit more difficult for Fury than Wilder was. First of all, Dillian Whyte is a lot heavier than Deontay Wilder. He's got stronger legs. He's a lot more thick set. He's much better on the inside. Dillian Whyte also has a very good counter left hook. He can lead with a left hook too. He's also a good body puncher. These are all attributes that Deontay Wilder doesn't have. Tyson Fury in the Deontay Wilder rematch was using the classic Kronk style. Now, one of the defensive techniques that they teach you in the Kronk gym, Klitschko used to do this, Lennox Lewis used to do this, and Tyson Fury was doing it, is they like to put their right glove, if you're an orthodox fighter, the right glove in front of your mouth, in front of their own mouth, as a defense for straight punches. Now, it's effective at blocking straight punches, but what it does is it leaves you open on your right side to a left hook. Now, Tyson Fury was already caught by a left hook when he fought Tom Schwartz in the first round. It's a clean shot. Go watch the fight. And one of the things which Dillian Whyte does well, and Anthony Joshua also does this, by the way, is he'll hook off the jab. And that is an effective punch against somebody using that Kronk defense where they're blocking straight punches by putting their right glove in front of their mouth. Because you can jab that glove, and you'll very often see even Lennox Lewis or Vladimir Klitschko, you'd see people jabbing at them and they'd catch the jab with their right glove in front of their mouth. Dillian Whyte can jab the glove, get them used to parrying the jab, and then switch that jab into a left hook. They call that hooking off the jab. Dillian Whyte does that, and Anthony Joshua also does that a lot. Joshua's been doing that since he was an amateur with his left hook. So I think that could be an effective punch against Tyson Fury. I think the body shots, and one thing which is in Dillian Whyte's favor is the fact that he is battle hardened. I think people underestimate that. People look at Dillian Whyte and they say, oh, well, he got dropped by Joseph Parker. He got dropped by Oscar Rivas. He went life and death with Chisora. All those things are true. That gives him a certain, battle toughness that a lot of other fighters don't have. He knows how to respond in difficult situations. He's not going to panic. And Dillian Whyte, when he's under fire, he fires back. He's got more than just a straight right hand like Deontay Wilder. Dillian Whyte's got a left hook, he's got a right hand, he's got uppercuts, he's got his own jab. Now, some people have suggested that the best way for Fury to deal with Dillian Whyte would be to revert back to the old Tyson Fury who used to box and move. I personally think that would be the most effective way to beat Whyte. Just to completely nullify him and not even engage. Because if you engage with Dillian Whyte, I'm telling you, he's got nice hands. He can throw nice combinations. That hook is dangerous. He goes upstairs, downstairs, head and body. He's way more versatile than Wilder if you engage with him. But what he doesn't have is quick feet. And if Tyson Fury just keeps it long, kind of like the way he boxed Chisora in the rematch, maybe box him southpaw, keep him long, he should be able to beat Dillian Whyte a lot more comfortably if he does it that way. I mean, if you look at Dillian Whyte when he fought Robert Helenius, a big tall guy like Fury, was moving around the ring. And even though Dillian Whyte won, he looked very clumsy in that fight because he was constantly having to follow Helenius and adjust his feet in order to try and get punches off. Dillian Whyte doesn't like movers. So if Tyson Fury moves on Dillian Whyte, he'll probably make it a much easier night for himself. But if he fights the way he did against Deontay Wilder, I suspect Dillian Whyte's actually going to have some success. Again, I'm not going to pick Dillian Whyte to win, but I think it will be a pretty competitive fight if he decides to go forward and attack Dillian Whyte the way he did Deontay Wilder. So those are my thoughts on the fight. Obviously, Dillian Whyte has to look out for his own best interests. And there's the possibility that Frank Warren could pull a masterstroke because he entertained the possibility of signing Dillian Whyte in the past. Dillian Whyte has shown repeatedly that he has no loyalty to anybody as far as promoters. Okay, he's self-managed. He was talking to PBC and a bunch of other promotional outfits. When was it? A year or so ago? Contemplating the possibility that he might leave Matchroom because he's on a fight-by-fight basis with him. Well, if Eddie Hearn prioritizes the undisputed fight and doesn't get Dillian Whyte in there against Tyson Fury next, Dillian Whyte might say, you know what? Let me go chat to Frank Warren. Maybe Frank Warren can get me the Tyson Fury fight next. And Frank Warren, being a fiercely competitive person who would love nothing more than to get one over on Eddie Hearn, he might say, you know what? Yes, we'll go in that direction. I'll speak to Bob Arum. We'll get you over to the States and we'll have Tyson Fury versus Dillian Whyte. Maybe we'll even do it in the UK at Wembley to top Eddie Hearn. So that wouldn't surprise me. But again, it all comes down to whether Dillian Whyte will be willing to have that conversation with Frank Warren, because Dillian Whyte has been saying some less than complimentary things about Frank Warren on social media over the past few weeks. So I don't know. But hey, I mean, in boxing, it's a funny old game. Who would have imagined that Derek Chisora and David Haye would ever hook up as fighter and manager? Now, Frank Warren tends to be the kind of guy who holds a grudge and holds it for a very long time. So reconciling with him is not the easiest thing to do. But you never know. It's possible. So those are my thoughts on a potential Tyson Fury-Dillian Whyte fight. I would like to see it. I think for Tyson Fury's legacy, it'll be a great scalp to have. Because right now he's got two tremendous wins over Vladimir Klitschko and Deontay Wilder on away soil in dominant performances. To take out the leading contender in boxing right now in the heavyweight division, Dillian Whyte, would be a great feather in his cap and just add to his legacy. And that is his mandatory right now, so the fight probably will happen as long as the undisputed fight don't happen beforehand. So, and I say that because who knows who's going to win the undisputed fight. Right now, you have to imagine Tyson Fury is going to be a big favorite, but styles make fights. I'm certainly not going to write AJ off in that fight. I know a lot of people are. I'm not. And again, I'm basing this on what AJ has done in his career so far, what he did as an amateur, and also I'm basing it on boxing history. I think that the dynamic between AJ and the Furies is a lot more complex than people realize at this point. I think there's actually a danger of Tyson Fury underestimating Anthony Joshua. And Tyson Fury is a guy who tends to fight to the level of his opposition. If he goes into a fight thinking it's going to be a walk in the park, you're probably not going to get the best version of Tyson Fury. And I suspect that might happen when Fury fights AJ. That he might go in there thinking Fury's going to be he might go in there thinking AJ is going to be an easy fight because his entire family have been telling him that it's an easy fight for years. His brother Shane, his dad, Fury himself, his younger brother Tommy, they've all been saying that that's an easy fight. Even his friend Isaac Lowe, all telling him that the AJ fight is the easiest out there in terms of the top heavyweights. If I was in Team Fury, I wouldn't be telling him that. Knowing that Fury's the kind of guy who needs to feel a threat. He needs to feel like he's up against somebody formidable to bring the best out of himself. He's somebody who is susceptible to complacency, Tyson Fury. So anyway, that's a whole different conversation for a different video. Main point I'm making here is Dillian Whyte versus Tyson Fury. Dillian Whyte wants his shot by any means necessary. And I think if Fury decides to engage, that's going to be a real exciting fight. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. It's Hatman, I'm out.
Hatman merch is now available. We got t-shirts, vests, hoodies, and more. Just click the link below. Join me on Patreon. I upload a minimum of 2 podcasts every single week, covering a wide variety of controversial topics, as well as live stream Q&A sessions. Take a look on screen right now at some of the podcasts I've produced so far. For just $3 a month, the equivalent of about £2 a month, you get access to all my new podcasts and my entire back catalogue of past podcasts, including my popular Confessions of a Nightclub Bouncer series. You can listen on your computer or on your smartphone or tablet by downloading the Patreon app from the Google Play Store or the App Store for free. The Patreon app also allows you to download each podcast in MP3. For less than the price of a cup of coffee, you get access to dozens of hours of exclusive content. It's easy to sign up, there's no contract, and you can cancel at any time. So come and join our community of free and critical thinkers by signing up with me here on Patreon today.